Hey guys, so we have some news to cover. I am a couple hours on this, but we have the Easy Ace for part 2, as well as some of the, maybe not even Easy Ace for part 2, but we do have some, I believe it's part 2 Easy Ace, and then some other stuff with events and whatnot you were looking at on the screen right now. So let's go ahead and get started with kind of the slower stuff, right? So first thing is first, we have more stages for this Trunks event, and within this event right here, we have the Dokkan Awakening for this Trunks. We've seen this art already. You know, he goes from having the shells right here to going into the Saiyan armor. So this is the Trunks from the Cell fight, I believe. We'd have to see the super animations, but you know, this egg right here, as well as the armor right here, is very indicative of this being sort of the Trunks that fights the Cell in the, you know, when he goes back, kills the androids, kills Cell, all that fun stuff, unalives them, something like that, right? So that is what's coming up, you know, pretty insignificant stuff with that. But what we also have is stages for the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will event. We are going to be adding stages 5 to 7. Now, if this is any indication from what it was like during part 1, these should not be too difficult, as, you know, just about every YouTuber just went and did stages 1 to 4, no items in one video. Just because it was that easy. It was literally go in, put it on auto mode, win, and stuff like that. And I believe in the Dokkan Now, or the live stream, they did say that this is more marketed to beginner players. This is like an intro to difficult content. So don't overthink this too much. Hopefully they do kind of ramp up the difficulty just a little bit, so that way we can kind of focus on each stage individually, rather than not even being able to like kind of focus and, you know, appreciate what the bosses do. But I would expect some fights coming up against, you know, like Super Saiyan Trunks, maybe Rage Trunks, you know, Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta, maybe even Vegito at this point, because I believe, what do we end off? I honestly forget what we end stage. I believe it's stage 4 is Zamasu and Goku Black. So we should be able to see kind of the bit of the step up in the next stage. So coming up, we have, you know, tomorrow. I believe all this stuff is coming out tomorrow or the next day. But we have a stage for Infinite Dragon Ball History. This is versus Trunks. I believe this will be stage 28. So this is either stage 27 or 28 on Global. I'm not sure if Global is caught up yet on the Infinite Dragon Ball History. Again, it says versus Trunks, so expect like maybe we fight every version of Trunks, or just like versions of Trunks that are kind of in the past and stuff like that. And then it's always just kind of like the teen Trunks, if you will, right? That's kind of like what we're expecting. We don't know typings or anything just yet, so one of the last big developments is we also have stage 4 coming for the Red Zone. And as you can see by the focal point of the image here, we do have Goku Black and Zamasu. So if this is anything like the last couple, this will be a 1-phase fight or a 2-phase fight. I don't see this going any longer than 3. And then we still need the part 3, which will probably be stage 6, no, stage 5, excuse me. It'll be against Merge Zamasu, and that'll probably be the last Red Zone for this specific campaign. So looking at the last bit of events before we move on and talk about the Easy A's, we have the additional stage for the kind of Goku Black story arc here. Trunks, Mai, Goku Black, Zamasu, all that fun stuff. You see we have the Dokkan Awakening for this guy. I believe that's already out though, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that though, don't quote me. But we do have, it says the Dokkan Awakening going up to level 120, and then we probably would expect like an Easy A area or something like that for this guy, would be my best guess. And all of this stuff, if you look the date, Thursday, September 7th, so in the morning, tomorrow at 4 in the morning, we will be getting these event resets my time, so you guys can see right here, 4 a.m. EDT. So probably pretty late for you, so expect this stuff to more be in the morning tomorrow. When you wake up or whatever, it'll probably be there. I would imagine that most of you are not up when this stuff drops, because it's obviously 4 in the morning, so you know, not a big deal, but you can expect content for the Red Zone. You can expect content for Infinite Dragon Ball History. We'll probably just do all these stages in one video if it's anything like the last few, but let's go ahead and get into the big stuff. And let's just get the first one out of the way, and that is Easy A Trunks. So we have Easy A Trunks' details here. We'll pull these up. And it's not looking great for our boy Trunks. You know, it is almost 8 in the morning. You know, this stuff came out 3 to 4 hours ago. So let's go ahead and just kind of read this, and we'll obviously skip over some of the other stuff. So we have Future Super Saiyan Trunks, a victor of the future. So going, instead of being a 120% lead, we are now a 130% lead for Bond and Master and Disciple. Obviously doesn't matter. Future Gohan is a Bond and Master and Disciple leader, so we don't have to worry about that. And then I just realized we got to zoom out a little bit here on the on OBS. Let's go ahead and we'll bring this bad boy up. But let's here we go, and now we can see everything. Okay, that's better. My bad. So we have let's see. Passive Easy A, or his super attack effect is Grazely raises attack and defense for 1 turn. L, we need stacking because we already know his started or defense is not going to be enough, but so it causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers defense. Lowering defense doesn't really matter in this day and age, but here we go. Passive EZA for Future Peace. Attack and defense plus 150% at the start of the turn. Gain an attack and additional attack and defense plus 50. Wow, I'm tripping. Gain an additional attack and defense, a chance to perform a critical hit plus 25% per attack perform, up to 50%. Max. Yeah, so only after 2 attacks, right? That's not that hard. So you just have to attack twice. So key plus 3 plus an additional attack and defense plus 100% when there's an ally whose name includes Gohan on the team. So we know who he's designed to run with, right? And then plus an additional key plus 6 and guarantees a critical hit when there's an androids category enemy, plus an additional attack plus 100% when facing an enemy whose name is Cell. So, I don't know if you guys can see the reply over here. I'm not going to take credit, but we'll kind of drag it over. You can see our buddy Sin or XR Neo over here is saying what I'm thinking, right? Bruh, they should have just made it Future Saga enemy so we could maybe utilize him for the Dismal Future Red Zone. He sucks anyway, so you're not going to be using him in there, but I do understand the point he is trying to make. We are so far beyond specifically named enemies at this point that it's so frustrating to see when they do this, because now we have to worry about like making sure we only face cells and stuff like that. So maybe in the Cell Max Red Zone he'll look okay. Maybe the fight against the Superhero Cell Max, you know, that specific fight, you know, the Cell Max event, maybe he'll look okay in there, but I'm not expecting anything too crazy. This guy is just, there's just not enough going on here. There's no defensive gimmicks, no dodge chance, no damage reduction, no guard. It's just right away, like, you just throw these units away, right? When the defensive numbers being high, unless we're literally talking like million at this point, it's just not enough. So, not enough for this Future Trunks. Let's not talk about him too much. Let's move on to Future Gohan. So, looking at base form Future Gohan, there's actually a decent bit here. So, let's go ahead and look at, okay, so Goresh did do us the favor. I thought this was just base, but let's see. So we have leader skill, and he is now 170 across the board in key 3 to Bond and Master Disciple or Hybrid Saiyans. So that is good for Hybrid Saiyans, but you would probably just run Beast at that spot anyway. And then his super attack effect in base is he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage. That's just okay. Tenacious Warrior, we have key plus 1, attack and defense plus 150, gain an additional attack and plus 50% when performing a super attack. Not bad. Reduces damage received by 58% or when HP is 70% or less, and Minato tweeted something about that being within the turn, so if you take a super in slot 1 and your HP goes below that, you do get the damage reduction, so this guy in slot 2 should be pretty decent. Bond and Master and Disciple category allies, 50% support in key 2, which is pretty good because you have some decent units on that team. Like, if we want to just go ahead and go to Dokkan info real quick and pull up categories, we can go to Bond and Master and Disciple and just look at that team, right? Like, because I would have to kind of see who's like going to really work on this team, but right off the bat, I'm seeing 2 of the best units in the game with Piccolo and Trunks and Vegeta. We have AGL Gohan's EZA, who is still decent. We have Beast Gohan. We have Int Kid Goku, or Kid Gohan, excuse me. We have Int Piccolo and stuff like that. So what you could in theory do is run this guy on a Bond and Master and Disciple team, and then maybe if you want to find a way to throw Trunks in this team somehow with like Dokkan Fest Super Trunks or something like that, you could easily just run like 2 Carnival Kid Gohans in your leader slots. You could have Piccolo. Like, this could 100% work with Future Gohan on the team. The synergy here would not be too bad whatsoever, because you could have like a rotation of Trunks and Vegeta and somebody, and then the Piccolos, and then you could just float somebody like Gohan who's giving 50% support to that category. So I think that could work out pretty well. And, you know, key plus 50, that's 50% support is good. And then we have okay, high chance to guard all attacks when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks included in the same turn. So we absolutely need a Carnival LR Trunks in part 2, because then this is easy. But high chance when there's another ally included. Like, why don't we just make that high chance to guard, period? What's so bad about that, right? Why do we need a high chance after? Like, if you're going to include a name, just make it guaranteed, because then you're already limited to how you can build, right? So, let's see. Where is the transformation condition on this guy? Because I don't think Goresh translated that, unless I'm not seeing it. Transforms when conditions are met. Maybe I could find it in the image. I'm not seeing it here. Let's pull up Future Gohan just so we're all on the same page, right? Honestly, I don't know his transformation condition off the top of my head. He transforms when HP is 50% or more when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks, started on the 4th turn. So that's not awful, but it's not great. But when we do get that, okay, so then after he transforms, right? Let's just keep moving here. Raises attack and causes immense damage. So raises attack, causes immense damage with a medium chance to perform a crit in the super attack effect, which is nice. So you don't want to build this guy with any crit. Rages against androids. Ki +3 attack and defense plus 158% at the start of turn, because Gohan. Gain an additional attack plus 58% when performing a super attack. Okay. Reduces damage received by 58%. That's pretty good. Ki +1 and attack and defense plus 40 for Bond Master and Disciple category allies attacking in the same turn. Not hard if you just run them on a pure team. Perform an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack when there's an ally whose name includes Trunks. Again, hopefully the Part 2 LR would be in this case, attacking in the same turn, and then launches an additional super attack when there's an android or Future Saga category enemy. So Future Saga category enemy right here is good at the end, because that basically just secures that, we'll be able to use him in the Dismal Future Red Zone and it won't be bad whatsoever. So there you go. I could see some practicality coming out of this guy, especially if we have like a Part 2 Carnival LR Trunks that's like cracked out of his mind, which is pretty possible at this point. So let me know down below what you guys think. I think this Gohan has potential, Trunks stinks, and we have a bunch of content coming out. So hopefully those stones go to the Vegito multi. If you guys have been following me, you guys know Vegito has been giving me trouble. So hopefully the Part 2 content is all your boy needs to see to get it done. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.